controller. It's time for gaming. Hop into the spotlight, right where he belongs. With the bird at his side, she's not wrong. 6 days a week, come see what he's got. The fun is never over, because guess what? Tuesday night, Wednesday, Saturday, Thursday night, Pocket Monsters. Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. 7 Central Time, the rabbit will rise with God's love and opened eyes. All days but Monday, new legends are born. With the rabbit you'll never be forlorn. No one believes, yet here he stands, defying doubt, faith in God hand in hand. With every thank you, his spirit soar, showing Twitch what he has and more. 6 days a week, come see what he's got. The fun is never over, because guess what? Tuesday night, Wednesday, Saturday, Thursday night, Pocket Monsters. Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. Tuesday night, Wednesday, Saturday, Thursday night, Pocket Monsters. Friday night, Saturday, Sunday.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another JRabbit87 stream. I am your host, JRabbit87, and I hope everybody is having a wonderful day so far. My day is going pretty good. Pretty good. I cannot wait to play some Star Wars and have some good old-fashioned fun with my Twitch. Of course, before we get started, let's go ahead and get our commands underway. As always, we are sponsored by our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He has blessed both me and my wife extremely greatly. We want to make sure that we return his blessings by giving him all of the honor, glory, credit, and praise that he rightfully deserves. Also, a huge thank you to everybody that does join me today. It means so much to me that you guys take time out of your busy days to come and hang out with me. Hashtag car time is upon us. Discord, we have one of those. And my hashtag wonderful wife is about to post in chat a link to the Discord. And there it is. Thank you so much for that. If you haven't joined our Discord and you would like to, feel free to grab that link and come join us. We've got tons of chat rooms, and as of course where important announcements, card results for wrestling streams, discussions, and just everything important is done there. Last but not least is ways that you can help support the stream if you would like to do so. Always keep in mind that nothing is ever required, but everything is very much appreciated. With that, if you'd like more information, feel free to look into the chat as more information there is had. And of course, you can always ask if you don't understand anything. So yeah, hashtag working wife. We are playing Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic with our boy.
And his name is John C.
that worked. That's great. That is great. Oh. Oh, I didn't need to know that. I didn't need to know that. Wait. Hold up. Wait. Wait a second. Maybe not.
Huh?
Oh no, Jerry, I found out it cost him 0 bits. Oh no. I can play any of those that I want. Okay. Let's okay. Let's let's get the I spend way too much time doing that. I spend way too much time doing that. Okay, let's go ahead. We're playing our Jedi Rabbit, our light side character. We are on Tatooine. We are returning. Oh yeah, we are going to go and get. Yeah. How do I do those? Okay, so it's really hard to show this. There's a little ghost thing up in this corner. You have to hit that, and then it'll give you a list of options that you can use. But you have to use bits to play those, and you have to pay for bits. So, unfortunately, you cannot do it.
Do a barrel roll.
Okay. And I lost my thing. Okay, we are heading back to let's go ahead and go back to the Ebon roll. Ebon Hawk. I can't play the cantina though. They won't let me. Dagnabbit, bag time to be broke. Yeah, because I have like 50 of those. Or 30. I have 30 different sound alerts that you can use bits to play. Doesn't look like I get to do all of them. Huh. I wonder. No, it's. Ah ha ha. Huh. Just trying to. Now I'm just wanting to see if I can do it. Huh. Fair enough. It doesn't look like. Looks like I can only do it on my phone. 50. Because now I'm kind of wondering, like, how many of them that I can actually play. Okay, let me stop playing around with that and get to playing the game.
ที่มูลิราคุณคิงต้องคิดว่ามาอักอิงโกตุเน
What do you have available for purchase?
บาบาฮัสซันชันโนบามูลิราที่ไลคุกา
Do you have any moisture vaporators?
ชีวิไอตากาทองจิจาอากิอิงโกตุเนชุนามูลิราต้องคิดว่ามาจิโกนาต้องคิดปาน้องคุณเน็กอาบอก
To exchange with sand people to stop their attacks.
ชีวะไอตาคันคีชานาจูปอร์นิโบคุณมูลิราสลิโมปอยวังกาต้องคิดว่ามาจิยูมันอักอิงโกตุเนชีวิไอตากาทองจิจาอากิอิงโกตุเนชุนามูลิราต้องคิดว่ามาจิโกนาต้องคิดปาน้องคุณเน็กอาบอกที่มูลิราคุณคิงต้องคิดว่ามาอักอิงโกตุเน
I'll take the moisture vaporators for 400.
Baba Hassan Shan Noba Mudi Rati Laikuka Kakinja Nawabakon
Imagine trying to speak romantically in these languages. Oh, Bora Chuchu. Ararara Winky. Okay, we have the moisturizers. You had me at choo-choo.
Oh, it's you again. I'll just let you pass. The boys in the office may need authorization and triplicate, but not me. Good hunting out there.
Good hunting out there. So now, every time it loads, I'm gonna just see what I can do. Ow. Ow.
Let's go.
Every time it loads now, I'm gonna just be like, hey, what else can I do? Bingo. This is gonna be a fun night, my Brutas and Go Bruta. Some of them it won't let me play. I don't know why. But I know that they can be played because
Extrapolation. This guard doesn't appear honored to have the job of greeting us.
tell them we have the moisture converters.
Translation. Translation. He will take us before the chieftain, as he was instructed to do.
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Translation. He did not expect us to return, Master. He wonders if we
Please
have
not.
brought the moisture evaporators.
Tell him that we have his evaporators.
Translation. Translation. He does not trust you, Master, but you have done more than any other outsider. They will not attack, and he grants you his chieftain's gaffy as reward. Translation. The attacks will be reduced, and he will allow you to explore this enclave, but be warned that any lack of respect will result in death.
I have a few questions for him.
Protocol. If you truly want this sadly peaceful arrangement to continue, be careful of what you ask.
Ask about captives.
Clarification. We must be more specific, Master. They capture many organics.
Ask him if he knows about the Jawas Iza's told us about.
Translation. Translation. He says that the captive Jawas are slaves and that they have lived past their usefulness. You may take them if you wish.
Ask if he knows about Mission's brother Griff.
Translation. Translation. He says that by his very presence, this Griff defiles their home and land. He is without any semblance of usefulness to them.
Yep, that would be Griff.
Extrapolation. I would assume we are free to take him. It is doubtful they will even waste the effort to kill him. Perhaps we could do it, Master.
Okay. Tell him farewell for now.
Translation. Translation. We are free to leave.
Yay, we did the good things. Now we just need to go free the captives. That's all for good things. The Sand People said you can go. Run to Anchorhead.
You there. I'm a high-ranking executive at the Zerka Corporation. There's a big reward if you take me back to Anchorhead.
Griff, don't you recognize me? It's Mission.
Mission? Is it really you? I heard Taurus was destroyed. I thought you were dead. Oh, joy of joys, my little sister is alive.
I have to ask you something, Griff. It's important. I ran into Lena. She said it was your idea to leave me on Terrace. It isn't true, is it?
Well, there's the truth and then there's the truth, you know? I always meant to go back to Taurus's just as soon as I had the credits to pay off my debts. But credits have been hard to come by.
You mean it's true? It was your idea to leave me there? I'm your sister. How could you abandon me like that?
Come on, sis. You didn't need me to look after
This
you
guy
anymore.
seems like a
You
fire-
may have
he
been
stinks
young,
and I
but
can't
you
hide
knew
it.
how to take care of yourself. Besides, you're here now. I mean, everything worked out fine.
That's it? That's all you have to say to me after all these years, after deserting me on Terrace?
Well, that and, could you please get me out of here? You got a tough-looking friend there.
The Sand People said you can go. Run to Anchorhead.
Yeah, you can find your way from there, right? Can you manage that? What? Is there something else?
Well, I wanted to thank you, and, you look like you're doing well. Financially, I mean. Say, could you spare me a few credits to get back on my feet?
You're hitting me up for credits. I don't believe this. Lena was right about you, Griff. We should have just left you to the Sand People. Don't talk to me anymore. Ever.
That didn't go well. Sis was always a little too fiery for her own good. She'll cool down in time.
Now what, Griff?
You may have saved my life, but I don't have a single credit to my name. Say, you wouldn't be able to spare me some credits.
Time for a tag team
just till I
match
get
play.
back on my feet, you know?
Sure, here's 100 credits.
That's it, huh? Figured you'd be able to spare a bit more than that. You know, I'll take whatever I can get. Don't worry about me. I've already got a job waiting for me. Krita, the manager over at the Zirkus Supply Shop, said I could come work for him if I ever get tired of the mines. Yeah, I think I'll go take him up on his offer. You know, maybe there's something else you can help me with. I need to talk to a guy first and set up the details, but if you're interested in a job, come see me in Greta's shop. Goodbye, Mission. I'm glad you're not dead.
So first you gotta go one-on-one with the Undertaker. Alright, now we need to go talk to the chieftain again about the star map. Pocket grub seed.
Query. What do you wish to ask of him, Master?
Ask about the star map.
Translation. Translation. He says that what you seek is far from here in the eastern Dune Sea. He will give you a map so you can find your way. Translation. His people found it, but didn't scavenge it because a crate dragon took up residence in the excavation.
A great dragon? What is that? How do I pass it?
Translation. Translation. Your ignorance isn't his concern. He claims there is a hunter that wanders the area sometimes and that you should ask him. Translation. The hunter is a Twi'lek. He will be in the eastern Dune Sea somewhere.
Tell him farewell for now.
Translation. Translation. We are free to leave.
Okay. Well, that's just what we're gonna do. The aliens going crazy with their noises. Okay. Dagnabbit Miles, your day was Wednesday. I literally just want to play all of them now. You've all been rickrolled. get to switch the characters if you so wish. Oh yeah, we don't need the droid now. We do need Bastila back though. And Mission, we kind of need her, so. I think for now we can switch back to Karth and Bastila. Why? Yeah. Karth and Bastila. Well, getting rickrolled wasn't on my JREP Extreme Bingo card. Karth! It was on mine, but I don't have the credits, bits at the moment. It's been far too long. I've been suffering from Karth withdrawals.
I'm tired of waiting, Comad. How big can this dragon of yours be? I'm going in.
You know there are people that can help you with withdrawals. I didn't realize how long this was. Still go. And the only cure is more car. I've got a fever. If it's such an honor, why do you want help? Can you trim the clip, baby? If not, it's great where it is. It's your preference. I cannot. Unfortunately. It's all done through sound alerts. Why should we kill this great beast? Okay, baby.
Jedabadawana ni dibobo. Dong na bungsha nununya. Dong patukashmak talea. Ronda diho donga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tonking ba nunotek. Togning chatukunde mulerabes.
I'll help. Give me more information about how.
Kachikun idahal donga. Ikingkuno ba mulerachikun. Slimo podonar diho donga kun kabe. Ronda diho donga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tonking ba.
Go. Hunt a dragon.
Togning chatukunde mulerabes. Kachikun idahal donga. Ikingkuno ba mulerachikun. Slimo podonar diho donga kun.
placed mines? That doesn't seem very sporting.
Kachikun idahaldonga. Ikinkuno bamuleratikun. Simopodonar dihodunga kunkabe. Runda dihodunga kunhankabi. Wanakun bez ching palamule. Tungking ba nunotek. Togning chatukunde mulerabes.
Tong haitwam chichi jung lumpa. Nitapo etikito. Dolpa da bonkwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto tun. Chilamulane ni dubobo. Wonga kumbis jang ba mulera.
Runda dihodonga kunhankabi. Wanakun bez ching palamule. Tungking ba nunotek.
Choo-choo.
Togning chatukunde mulerabes.
That seems very easy. What aren't you telling me?
Kachikun idahaldonga. Ikinkuno bamuleratikun.
Be right back. Safe travels, baby.
Dunga kunkabe. Runda dihodonga kunhankabi. Wanakun bez ching palamule. Tungking ba nunotek. Togning chatukunde mulerabes.
They've posed no real threat to me before. Look, I have your fodder.
Jedo badawana ni dibobo. Dong
Travels,
nabung
travels.
siya nunya. Dong patukas magtalea.
I'll see what I can do.
Runda dihodonga kunhankabi. Wanakun bez ching palamule. Tungking ba nunotek. Togning chatukunde mulerabes.
Mucho shat pakat. Kieno no namapaole rachiku.
Scotland! You know the reference! Yeah! The travels are saved and I've returned. Welcome back, baby. I do indeed know the reference, my Bruda. You asked for this. If only there was a rifle noise. Right.
What can I do?
Ready?
Sure.
A few moments later.
Oh, this is great.
Wonga kun bistud achuta. Wonga kun bistud. Jedabadawana ni Dibobo. Tong nabungsha nununya. Tong batukas magtalea.
Don't worry, I'm ready.
Tune podo. Rananu prata dongko shirkasha. Tum na apike.
R2.
We itanandayata. Wata yuma wama huhu nandektek.
I like the colors of this Twi'lek.
Patoga. Wana kuzbe ching palamule donke. Jedabadawana ni Dibobo.
Donke.
Tong nabungsha nununya. Tong batukas magtalea.
Thanks. We did what we had to do. What had to be done.
Runda di hotonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tonking ba nunotek.
Twi'leks are just the best, and Wookiees. Twi'lek, fair.
Muchashak paskat. Kiye no namapaole rachikun.
Twi'leki.
How can I help?
You want to talk?
About my mother? I'm unsure. I seem
Oh,
to find
Jedi
it
Master
difficult to
wasn't
remain
good enough for
objective
that
when it
cake
comes to
dragon.
her. I find that disturbing.
Are you going to give the holocron to her?
Do you think I should?
You might want to consider it.
That would just lead to another argument. How I always despised talking to her. I'll think about it. I should try and remember my training. I should be able to let go of this, but I can't. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's keep going.
Anyone else get the feeling that finding this star map at the back of this great dragon's cave is more than just a coincidence?
The star map is an artifact of the dark side. The great dragon may have been drawn here by its dark power, only to be enslaved by it.
If we found the star map, I guess there isn't much else worth seeing on this planet.
Jedi Rabbit was. He's the best Jedi since Jackie won Skinobi. That's fair. This is too much fun. Hashtag no you. Are you gonna need? Unfortunately, Karth is gonna have to go back away as mission needs to take back. Hashtag turbo speed as I type. Run. Gotta play that the next time I use turbo speed. Remember, Nick, this is only temporary. Fair. What is? We're having Karth being a part of the team for right now.
With Terrace gone, I wonder who the Sith will turn on next.
Alright, let's go to having Karth go back to the ship so we can have a mission. So that's just my Karth luck.
Back already? Have you even looked for the holocron yet?
I have the holocron, Mother. I'm just not sure I want to give it to you.
And why not? Would you deny me even that?
I've never denied you anything, Mother. You may think I don't remember what it was like before I left for the Order, but I do. You were the one who pushed Father to go on one treasure hunt after the other. You loved living in wealth. You think I don't remember the fights? You were eager to send me to the Jedi even though I didn't want to go. You took Father away from me. And now this holocron is all I have of him.
Fool girl. You have a strange way of remembering things. That wasn't...
No, I don't wish to argue with you anymore, Mother. It's time we parted ways now, for both our benefit.
Maybe you should listen to what she has to say.
You don't know her. My mother is notoriously deceptive when she wants something. Why should she have the holocron?
Is it too difficult to believe that I am a dying woman who simply wishes to see her husband one last time?
I find it difficult to believe anything you say, Mother.
Maybe one of you should be the first to give the other a break.
You're right. It shames me, but I find it difficult to let go of the past. I'm sorry, Mother.
I was hard on you, dear. I wasn't a very good mother to you. I know that. Your father loved you so. He wanted you to be just like him. He wanted to take you on his hunts, but I said they were too dangerous.
Treasure hunting is a dangerous occupation.
I always tried to keep him from the dangerous ones, but he would have none of it. It was a reckless life we led. Always moving. I didn't want that for you.
So that's why you gave me to the Order?
What do your father and I have to show for all those years of hunting? Nothing. That was no life for anyone. Especially not someone as gifted as you, your father. He spent all his last years trying to pay for my treatments. That's why he went for the pearls. I begged him not to, but...
Your treatments?
I'm dying, Bastard. I did not lie about that. It's been a long time in the coming, and there's really nothing that can be done anymore. I told your father to let me go, but you know how he was. Stubborn, like you.
I'm so sorry, Mother. I don't know what to say.
Keep the holocron, Bastard. It would do me good to know you have it. This talking to you. This is what I really needed before I
know. Thank you. I'm glad we talked too.
Well, now. You said you had important business, and you were never one to mince words. You there. You take care of my daughter, you hear me?
I'll do my best.
That's good. I'll feel a lot better knowing there's someone to watch her.
Where are you going to go?
It doesn't matter, dear. Don't you worry about me.
Here, take these 500 credits. It's all I have. Go to Coruscant and find a doctor. I'll meet you there after what I have to do.
But I already told you there's nothing that can...
Please take it. I want to see you again, when we can talk.
All right, I will. You do what you have to, Bastila. You go make your father and I proud.
I'll try. Farewell, Mother. How can I help?
So do you feel better now?
Yes. That brought me a lot of peace. More than I thought it would have. Thank you for urging me toward it. After all my training, I would have thought it would have been easier. Apparently, I still have much to learn. How can I help?
Why did the council send me on this mission? Send me with you on this mission.
Why? I could not accomplish this on my own. I need the aid of others, especially one who is strong in the Force. The bond between us made you a natural choice. Besides, the events on Taris proved that the Force wanted to bring us together for this mission.
I really hope your
And
mother
there is little left to
survives.
chance when the Force is involved. Is that not enough for you?
It just seems odd that they would send me off without a master to guide me.
I admit, there were times that I wondered
Me
if this
too.
is more than just a mission to stop Malak. There were times when I wondered if this was also a way for the Council to test my own abilities.
I get the feeling that there's more going on than I know.
I wondered if the Council wanted to see how I would help and guide you on our quest. I wondered if they were testing me to see if I was ready to become a Jedi Master myself. And then I realized how foolish such thoughts were. As the Council explained, sending a Master in our group would only have drawn unwanted attention from the Sith. The fate of the galaxy is at stake. The Council would not risk it merely to test me. They calculated the risks, and in the end chose the only option available.
Oh, I didn't play. I guess that makes sense.
You must learn to trust in the wisdom of the Council. Your destiny will come when its appointed time. You mustn't be so impatient.
You're right. I suppose we should get back to the mission now.
Come on, come. Let's move on. There's
It
much
did,
to be
but it
done.
was quick and quiet. Oh, this is actually a good test, though. I'm really curious to see how Bastila's story goes on a light side playthrough, or should I say, a playthrough. This is actually good, so I can hear these like during playtime too, so I know everything.
Oh well.
Okay, mission, let's go. Alright, we don't need Bastila anymore. You're right, this is a good test.
Just the person I was hoping to see.
Save it, Griff. I'm not talking to you. I want no part of whatever you're involved in.
Okay, sis, I see you're still mad. Fair enough. I don't think you could help me with this anyway. It's more of a job for your friend here.
What's Howard doing here? What's the job?
As you may know, tack glands can be refined to a very potent powder. It's the primary ingredient in Teresian ale. That's what makes it so strong. Of course, now that Taris is pretty much wiped from the face of the map, Teresian ale has become somewhat scarce and very, very valuable. Luckily, I know the secret recipe.
So, you want to open a bar?
I know this guy. He's with the Exchange. Now, if I give him a small sample of Teresian ale, he says he can synthesize it and reproduce it in mass quantities. Problem is, I need one of those tack glands to make the first batch, and now that Taris is a smoking ruin, the only place to find tack is on Kashyyyk. If you can get your hands on one of those tack glands, I'll make it worth your while.
Griff, are you blind? Can't you see you're talking to a Jedi? We're out here trying to save the galaxy. We can't waste time on this.
Please, you have to help me. I promised this guy from the exchange a sample of Teresian ale. If I don't come through for him, he's gonna break my legs. Or worse.
Don't worry, Griff. We'll get those tack glands for you.
Yeah, I knew you'd come through for me. You won't regret this. You'll see. Just don't take too long, okay? This guy from the exchange could stop by any day. I kind of told him I already had the stuff, so if he shows up and I'm empty-handed, well, let's just say I really, really hope it doesn't come to that.
I think I already have some tack gland. Yeah, I do. Okay.
You're back! I knew you'd come through for me. I knew I could count on you. You do have a tech land for me, right?
Here's the tack gland. Take it.
Come to Papa, you sweet simian organ. It may not look like much, but once I turn this into a bottle of Teresian ale, it'll end up being worth a fortune. Thanks, Mission. You won't regret helping me out with this.
Please, Griff, let this be the last time. No more cons, no more scams, no more schemes. That's all I ask.
Hey, sis, no need to worry about that.
This dude is a bit
I've turned
odd.
over a new leaf. From now on, I'm gonna stay out of trouble and do things right. And once we've cornered the market on Teresian ale, good things will be heading my way. Then I'll make it up to your Mission. Just wait, you'll see. You know, once we synthesize this and start brewing Teresian ale in mass quantities, we're gonna be looking for some investors. You give me a couple of 100 credits, and I can get you in on the ground floor. You'll get a return of, at least 20 times your investment.
Okay. You already promised me a few thousand credits.
Hey, don't worry. You'll get your credits as soon as we start mass producing that Teresian ale. I just wanted to know if you were interested in an even bigger payoff.
Okay, here's 200 credits.
Wise move. I can see you really understand how business works. Now, when you see your chance, you jump it in, huh? That's my motto. I better get started on brewing that ale. Meet me back here later, and I'll have a down payment on what I owe you.
This is when we need to exit, and then I think we come back in.
Peaches, 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 peaches. Ah! Oh, yeah! Ah! Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Oh.
Oh, I'm almost done. Me when I drink a peach root beer from Sonic. I need to try that.
Ki mulira kun king. Tong hitwama ag inkotune.
I don't like the sound of this.
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inkotune chuna mulira. Tong hitwama jikona. Tong kipa non kunek abog.
What kind of mistake?
Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun mulira slimo poiwanga. Tong hitwama ji human act inkatune.
You mean he's gone?
Topa na otobokasa, pampa ki mulira kun king. Changwaba chingo, shangwi chama ucha wish uyong kun. Just krunky to patslimo, chi itakanki chamna kilikon. Kinba mulira dwanaji, kinba no kun nikset abog.
I have to go after him.
Just krunky to patslimo, chi itakanki chamna kilikon. Kinba mulira dwanaji, kinba no kun nikset abog.
Damn it, Griff. Won't you ever learn? How can my own flesh and blood be so stupid?
Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. kun muliras nimo poiwangak tangi tuamaji human act in ikatune.
Here we go.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
I want to talk to you about your brother.
I want to thank you for helping me with Griff. You did everything you could for my brother, more than most people would have. I know it might look like it didn't make any difference in the end. Griff's in debt and on the run like usual. But at least I know we tried to help him.
Don't give up on him, Mission. He can still change.
I know people can change no matter how bad they were, but I'm not holding my breath. None of us is perfect, but I've come to realize that Griff is a little less perfect than most. My brother is what he is, but I've learned to deal with that. I'll never forget that he looked after me when I was just a kid, but I don't feel like I owe him anything anymore.
That's a very mature attitude, Mission.
I've made my peace with Griff and what he means to me. If he ever shows up again, I'll deal with him. But I'm not going to dwell on my brother anymore. It's time to move
Appreciate
forward.
Mission's grammar.
So, is there anything else you need?
Nothing. Never mind.
Okay, have it your way.
Light side points gained.
That's what she said. Michael.
Okay, and I do believe we are done on Terrace. Or, not Terrace, but Tatooine. You mean Tatooine? I mean Tatooine. Alright, let's go.
Hey there. I've made my peace with Griff, and so... Okay.
Womp womp. There's only one left. Two.
How can I help?
You look like you have something to say.
I do. I've been trying to come up with the best way to say this for some time, but I suppose I should just come out and say it. The truth is, I have come to depend on you. Not just for the sake of the mission, but for my own sake as well. I'm glad you're with us.
You made that sound very painful for you to admit.
Did I? I am trying to be sincere here. It occurred to me that I may have been too critical of you, too demanding at times.
Thank you. I appreciate the gesture.
I know my manner can be a bit taciturn. I know you must be getting sick of my lectures about the dark side and everything else. I spent all my years being hounded by my instructors, being told so often how gifted and important I was until I was sick of it. I remember when I was younger, I used to swear that I would never become as self-absorbed and stodgy as the Jedi Masters. It's ironic, really.
Nonsense. You're not self-absorbed or stodgy.
That's kind of you to say, but I know for myself it's not really true. Being controlled has kept everyone around me at an arm's length. Even those like yourself who are most in need of my understanding and compassion. Maybe it's time to change that. You deserve to know how much I respect and admire you. I had to tell you how much I care for you. As a friend, of course.
As a friend, of course. I'm glad you did.
Well, that was not nearly so difficult as I feared. Thank you for hearing me out. I feel much better. But enough soul-searching for now. We should probably continue on with our mission. How can I help? I wish I could help
What do you need?
Do you want to talk?
Talk about what? The only thing I want to do right now is find Dustle. If he's alive, there's just nothing else I want to think about. I'll understand if we can't look for him right now, but if we could, it would be a huge load off my mind.
Alright. The good old-fashioned hashtag save. Hashtag save. Aw. Why is Karth wearing the eye thing and armor again? I don't remember him wearing it in the Orchid playthrough. We found those things and I put them on him in this playthrough. That's honestly, and we didn't find those things in the Orchid playthrough. Alright. So this is where do they bring him benefits? I mean, yes, I mean that armor is so far some of the best armor besides what I have on J Rabbit, and that visor thing, I forgot exactly what it does, but it gives him a bunch of pluses. So here's where I need to know what we should do. Because yeah, we can either, we only have 2 worlds left before, of course, we're able to, you know, and remember the next level after we get done with the next level is the Leviathan. So but before the Leviathan, we have to choose between either Manon and Korriban. And we have found out that we can go to Korriban before we go to Manon. So, do we go to Korriban so that way we can do the Karth stuff? Part of me says go to Manon first for reasons. Part of me says Korriban for Dustle. Right? Like, do we go to Manon first and leave Korriban last? Or do we go to Korriban so we can go ahead and see the Karth lore? I also have a part of me saying Korriban. And of course, if we can't make a decision, we can always use the hashtag wheel. I look.
Run.
Because that's another thing. Do we want to... I sure miss Vine, right? That's another thing. Do we want Karth to have his little revelation that we are who we are before he meets his son? Because that happens on the Leviathan.
Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
I think he should realize who we are first.
Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
Amanda, thank you, Ben. You're welcome. So to catch you up, we are trying to figure out what we have once again made it to where we have 2 planets left, kind of. Um, we have 1 planet left before the big reveal of who we really are, and we need to figure out if we should go to Manon or Korriban. Now, Manon, we will have to have Jolie as part of our group, but that really shouldn't affect much. Korriban does have some Karth lore on there that I've never seen myself. So the big question is if we should go ahead and go do that first, or if we should save it for after the big reveal, so that way Karth also knows who we are before we reintroduce him to his son, who he hasn't seen since a world had gotten destroyed. I'd vote save it. Alright then, we're going, it looks like we're going to Manon. Bastila won't be on either planet, will she? No. She will not. She gets kidnapped. I think, yeah, she stays behind on the Leviathan, and we do not run into her again until we get onto the Rattata planet.
Do it.
Also, Trish, I found out I can play all of my sounds that you have to use bits for free. And I've been having fun. I remember her getting kidnapped, but I also remember she didn't join us on Korriban last playthrough. Yeah, that's true. If we go to Korriban, she is not an available... If we go to Korriban before she stays behind on the Leviathan, she is not a playable character because the Sith will realize that who she is because she's a very famous Jedi. Oh, we've been hearing all the sounds. But yeah, she's a famous Jedi, so she stays behind, and you literally cannot select her as a companion if you do Korriban before the Leviathan. So, I think it's been decided that we are going to Manon, because that would be saving it until after we reveal the big reveal. Which also is going to mean that I'm going to need a walkthrough. And we gotta decide too, are we going, I do vote Manon, okay. While we head towards Manon, how do we want to, how do we want to do this with the guy whose trial we help? Basically, do we want to try to find him innocent, or do we want to try to find him guilty?
Now Nord is dead, Lord Malik. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Kalos, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malik?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend. Find Bastila and bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
Unfortunately, the right thing to do is show his guilt. Thank you, Team Fire Rep.
You felt it, yes? Another vision? The Force continues to work
The water
through
on
us,
this planet is
showing
not
us the
safe
star
to drink.
maps unearthed
Please
by Reverend
hydrate
Malak.
before
It is
disembarking.
strange that anyone would have built a star map here. The entire surface of Manan is covered by nothing but vast oceans.
So, I don't have a water bottle. I drank all of the water bottle. So, you get Prime today. She's not wrong. It looks like the star map was underwater.
The ocean floor is vast, and much of it is uncharted, even by the native Selkath. But how could Revan and Malak have found their way down? No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Prime is acceptable for today, thank you.
How can I help?
You're curious about something?
Am I so transparent? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, considering our bond. Yes, there is something I would like to ask, if you'll permit it.
Go ahead.
In our time together, I've been watching you. You are a true servant of the light. You follow the tenets of the Jedi Order despite the lure of the dark side. And with so little training, for me it has always been a constant battle. Don't you find it difficult at all? You make it seem so easy. Or is that only an illusion?
It's a struggle for me sometimes.
That's a relief to hear. I've never found the Jedi path an easy one to walk. And it's good to know I'm not alone. I've always struggled for control over my passions. I've always been too quick to anger, too quick to get involved. My instructors constantly berated me for it. I've often dreamed that I might be able to confront Darth Malak myself. I dream I can use all this power I have to kill him and stop all the death and destruction. I just think about all the evil that the Sith have caused, and I get so furious. Yet we are told that these feelings are the path to the dark side.
You have to trust in the wisdom of the Jedi Code.
Yes, of course, you're right. I have to remember my training. The Masters know well the corrupting influence of the dark side, although it is hard for me to imagine. The very thought that I could become as evil as Malak, I just can't fathom it. It just doesn't seem possible. I mean, how could I... No. Wait, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even be asking you this. The Jedi teachings are clear. Who am I to question them? And even worse, who am I to try and make you question them?
What?
These are dangerous thoughts. The indulgence of a vain mind. Please, forget I ever mentioned this. Let's just return to our mission. How can I help?
Growl.
Then I suggest we move on.
Okay. So, I know it's gotta be Jolie, and it's gonna be Jolie and Karth. Before I do that, cool. I don't think I have anything else. At least for now, right? Maybe bring Bastille in a little bit later. We could bring if you really want Bastille in, we can bring her in after we do the first trial, and we can do the first trial right away. I may have to cheat a little bit though if you want to prove him or guilty. Okay, Karth and Jolie. I'm okay with this. Why would you have to cheat? Because, in order to prove him guilty, you have to get a certain data pad from the Republic, and I think you have to have a certain computer skill in order to get it. I could be wrong. We'll find out more when we get there.
You Republic people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the Galactic Senators deign to give you. It makes...
How did you get it last time?
The Senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp. It's the destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like we Sith.
I'm warning you. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch. And with all the cameras around, the Selkath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many, many ways to fulfill your wish.
I am hungry.
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not have been rude.
Why does the Sith upset you so much?
Well, these damn Sith are everywhere on Manan, pushing us Republic citizens around, trying to goad us into breaking the law somewhere.
Breaking the law?
Yeah, the Selkath want to maintain their neutrality in this war we're fighting with the Sith, and they enforce it very strictly. So, we just have to sit here and let the Sith insult us, and we can't raise a hand against them. Otherwise, the Republic will face severe Kolto export restrictions, and that could lose us the war altogether.
What is Kolto?
You're joking, right? I'm sorry, but everyone knows what Kolto is. It's the most powerful healing agent in the galaxy. I would have died several times myself if we didn't have this stuff handy. But the reason it's important here is that Kolto is only found naturally on Manan. and all of our attempts to synthesize it have failed miserably. So, we sit here on the surface, the Selkath harvesting what Kolto bubbles up from the bottom of the ocean, and we buy it from them. Well, us and the Sith, of course. The Selkath don't want to play favorites.
The Republic and Sith both stay here?
The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling Kolto to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of Kolto on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require?
Have you seen an ancient star map?
Star map? Like an ancient artifact or something? No, I'm sorry, I've never heard of it. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Why are there Sith on Manaan?
Well, for the Kolto, of course. Really, that's the only reason anyone would want to be here. It's the only reason the Selkath built Ahto City in the first place. To explore Kolto.
Why haven't they joined the Republic?
The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides. Well, that, but I think they're underestimating. Is there any... no. Is there any...
Tell me about the city.
It's big. Real big. Actually, it's pretty much the only real city on the entire world. The only place for us air breathers, anyway. Manaan is a water world, which you may have noticed on your way down to land here, inhabited natively by a species of fish people called the Selkath. They built this city to cater to us off-worlders, and as a base of operations to export Kolto, which is the only real thing they have to trade here. Well, but is there
Never mind, I must go.
Of course. If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Oh, if you don't know where that is, go north from here, then south past the port official in the first courtyard, east into the second courtyard, then north, then east again. You got that? Have a pleasant stay, Master Jedi.
Okay. Turbo speed.
Got something on your mind, dude?
Why did you decide to come with me?
You got yourself a fast little ship? I'd forgot what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an Ulleran mating season. Oh, frightful.
So you want to ride on my ship?
Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of the synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
No, seriously, tell me.
I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise. You know, you remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
Is this a comment on my breath? You're avoiding the... Nah, is this a comment on my breath?
No, but it could be. An Anduvian salt tablet would clear that right up, you know. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. Andor Vex was his name. The Force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
Is that what you see around me, too?
Well, it's not so much a hurricane as a slight breeze. But that doesn't mean anything. Destiny is sometimes in the eye of the beholder. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall.
Is there supposed to be some hidden meaning in this?
I don't know. Are you overconfident? I hadn't noticed. Even if I had, I would never comment on it. We're talking about Andor, remember? Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
So why didn't you leave?
Well, he had a much better food dispenser than you do. That and the fact that even I wasn't an altogether impatient twit. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and
that's when I knew that
Sorry for not
Andor's
responding
destiny
much.
was
I
at
never
hand.
tended to zone out and focus on what I'm watching as much as I do. It's all good. And go on.
Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed, too. This could have just been gurgling noises. Well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
You're kidding.
Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dymians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
But how can you even be sure Andor was responsible?
What? Are you kidding? What are the odds of that happening anyway? 1,000,000,000 to 1? You should do so well as to be sucked into the engine of some evil Sith Lord, you know. Andor was a hero. Sort of. Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
You have nothing to apologize for, Nick. Ah. Don't need to go to the merchant. I have some Giska if you're interested. Is there no way I can convince you to take them off my hands? Deal. I want those things off my ship as soon as possible. Very well. Here's the docking fee. I don't remember if it was east or west that we needed to go. I think it's this way that we need to go.
Your precious Republic's days are numbered. It won't be long until Malak turns his armada loose on Coruscant itself.
Save your empty threats, Sith scum. Malak isn't stupid enough to attack the core worlds, now with the entire Republic fleet waiting for him.
You're a fool. When the Sith descend on Coruscant, our numbers will block out the sun itself. The galactic senators will collapse trembling in fear and beg for mercy at Malak's feet.
You underestimate the Republic's resolve. We'll die before we surrender Coruscant.
That can be arranged. Remember what happened to Taris. Malak could do the same to the core worlds.
He wouldn't dare.
Now it is you who underestimate our resolve.
Did I go the wrong way? Was I supposed to go west and not east?
Hey, this street is for Sith only. You gotta pay a 20 credit toll to walk down this street.
Fine, here's your 20 credits.
Thanks for the credits, nerf herder.
Yeah. I think I went the wrong way. Yeah, because that's a Sith embassy. I think. Yeah, okay. Wrong way. Hello, nerf herder. Love it. Whew. Excuse me. There we are.
Jolie, it is you. I need your help.
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Elora. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Elora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
The Republic respects the peace of Otto City, Your Honor. But the Sith are a violent people who leave violence in their wake. I have 3 soldiers in the infirmary.
If the Republic soldiers were more capable, they would not have suffered such serious injuries. Are my soldiers to be punished simply because they won a fair fight?
I hardly call 6 against 3 a fair fight. The Sith are cowards who attack only when they have the advantage of numbers. They were provoked, Your Honor. The Sith goaded them into this fight.
I'm probably going to get rid of that one. He's not wrong, words can be ignored. Actions over words. Exactly. Exactly. Oh wait. Is there a star map on this world? I am Obi-Wan Gringo, Viva la Forso, exactly. I am Obi-Wan. I am Obi Gringo, Viva la Forso, exactly. I would like to investigate the murder case involving Sunry. Oh, that's awesome.
I suppose you're Sunry's only hope.
That's
We
an
have to
awesome
at
mix.
least try
How
to
can
help.
anyone not love Gringo? These are not the tacos you're looking for. Sephiroth. Sephiroth. Exactly. I love my husband. And I love my wife.
A few moments later.
I love the love.
Yes, but it almost seems
I feel like I need to take a shower after hearing this dude's voice. Right, like, I've never been a fan of Manon, and these guys just seem to go on, like, it always seems like it takes them so long to get through their talking. Okay, now we gotta talk to each individual judge. What do you think of Sunray? Is there anything suspicious about this case? It wasn't Sunray. I know, but I agree with you on your views on this dude for sure. Although I would much prefer hearing Choo Choo and Wookie talk. It wasn't Sunray. I know who it was.
Believes in justice, as do you. We just want Sunray to be fairly treated.
His name is John C.
What do you think of the Republic and the Sith Empire? Snake John knew he could get away with it because nobody could see him. I have no more questions for now. What do you think of Sunray? Is there anything suspicious about this case? Sorry. What do you think of the Republic and Sith Empire? Dude saying saucy rolls. I have no more questions for now. I have questions about the trial. What do you think of Sunry?
Speaking of that injury, has it been taken into consideration, Your Honor?
See, you're hearing saucy rolls, and I'm hearing like Sephiroth, Sephiroth, however it goes. Is there anything suspicious about this case? Sephiroth and his saucy rolls. I accept this as canon.
Simply because it was real does not mean Sunry would have overlooked it being in Elas's hand.
Hashtag canon. What do you think of the Republican Sith Empire? What do you think of Sunnery? Is there anything suspicious about this case? What do you think of the Republic and Sith Empire? I have no more questions for now. What do you think of Sunray? Is there anything suspicious about this case? What do you think of the Republic and Sith Empire? saucy rolls. Sephiroth made them fresh for us.
So nice to meet an impartial judge for a change. You said it, not I.
I have no more questions for now. I also heard glass cannon. Well, we are done, so... We're done with that for now.
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in Sunry's trial. My husband is innocent. Please don't let him go to jail for a crime he doesn't commit.
Can you tell me anything about Sunry?
Sunry is... he's a cripple. There's no way he could have overpowered this Sith woman like they claim.
That's true. I'd forgotten about that. Let's not forget that he would have to have been considerably older than the Sith woman.
Are you saying someone your age couldn't overpower a woman?
I'm a Jedi, and one who was living alone in the Shadowlands until recently.
This is
That
official
keeps you in shape,
Star
damn
Wars
it.
lore.
We're talking about Sunry here.
And there's no way he would do something so dishonorable as hit her from behind. Sunry's a decorated war hero. He's a hero of the Republic.
Don't worry, I'll save him.
Find the real evidence. That's all I ask. The real evidence will prove Sunry didn't do this.
I really don't want to.
Jolie, what are you doing here? Alora sent me, Sunry. I'm here to get you out of this mess. The courts went and made us arbiters for your case. Just like old times, eh, Jolie? You come swooping in out of nowhere to save my tail from the fire? You saved my wrinkled butt more than a few times as well, friend, if I recall. But there'll be time for catching up later. Right now, we need to focus on the case. The case is a complete frame-up. Anyone looking at the evidence could see that. Or so I thought. But the Cellcast seem to think that there's enough to go to trial. There aren't any witnesses. All that evidence against me is circumstantial and completely flawed.
Let's go over the evidence.
Well, I was at the hotel, I admit. And I did meet Eliza there that night, but it's not what you think. I was working with Republic intelligence. We were pretending to feed information to the Sith when I turned Eliza into a double agent working for us. It was going well, too, until she turned up dead. Maybe the Sith had found out I was turning her and had her eliminated. But let's look at the facts they've given. Eliza was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old man. My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk, even to hold things. See how my hands are shaking? How could I kill a Sith warrior at close quarters? I ask you. Further, they say they found my hero's cross at the crime scene. Would I leave my war medal behind if I killed someone? Even I'm not that stupid. Obviously, the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic evidence? Skin and hair samples, clothing fibers. Why isn't there anything like that at the crime scene? Sounds like an obvious frame-up to me. I hope you can see how the Sith are manipulating the Cellcat, and probably even you to set up this against me. We need to get this over with quickly and clear my name. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial.
I need to investigate the case some more. Any ideas where I should look?
Guess you could interview witnesses at the hotel where the murder happened. Selkath already did that, but the fish folk don't have much rapport with offworlders. Maybe one of them was holding something back. But I think you'd be better off investigating the Sith themselves. Maybe you could find some proof they planted evidence to frame me. Though that might mean figuring out a way into the Sith embassy. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to...
There's a few things we have to clear up.
Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide.
The Jizzer said that you left after the shot was fired.
How would they know? They weren't there. I heard some of the witnesses said that too, but I swear she was alive when I left. I wonder if the Sith have been putting pressure on people to get them to convict me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. They've had it in for me since the war. You should ask everyone about that. They might admit to helping the Sith under pressure.
I'll be going now.
Very well. I suppose there is still much you must do before the trial. Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready. The sooner I get out of the cell, the better.
She was alive when I left. Hello, what an excuse.
You're the one defending Sunry now, huh? Well, the hotel's open for you. And I guess I gotta answer any questions you want too.
Tell me what you saw the night of the murder.
The Sith woman, Alasa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. A couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunry running. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot, though.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he left after the shot went off.
That's something else.
What do you want to know?
What do you know about Sunry and Alessa?
Alasa used to rent rooms here every week or so. Then Sunry would come by a couple hours later and stay all night. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what was going on.
Who are the witnesses in the hotel?
There were only two other people in the hotel when it happened. One was a Rhodian named Glupor. Seems like a really dirty, shifty type. Normally I don't let his kind in here. I'm a reputable businessman, you know. But there weren't many people here, so I decided to take a chance. The other is a regular named Firith Me. He's a Pazak player. Probably an addict, but he claims he's big in some circles. Don't know anything about him other than that. Anything else you want to know?
No.
Well, okay. If you need anything else, I'm gonna be right here.
You with the Selkath? You here to see me about the murder too? I told the damn fish everything I knew. What more do you all want from me?
What do you know about Sunry and Alyssa?
Sunry, I only heard of once or twice in passing. Some sort of old-time war hero against the Sith. Seen him around in the hotel, too. Going to Alassa's room always, of course. Kept the rest of the building up half the night with her damn antics usually.
You mean Sunry was having a relationship with Alessa?
I'm not saying anything like that. What they did in that room in private is their business. And there isn't any rule against Sith and Republic seeing each other for personal reasons. Although if you think her Sith master didn't know, you must be fooling yourself.
Sith master?
Well, Alassa was a Sith, so of course she'd have to have someone above her. Yeah, I didn't see anything.
What did you see?
Well, one time, I saw Alassa coming in wearing this big cloak. I was on my way to my room, and she normally wears stuff like that, so I didn't pay her too much attention. But this time, I accidentally brushed up against her. Accidentally, of course. And her cloak fell open. Now, I don't have any qualms about the Sith. I leave them alone, and they leave me alone. And seeing as how Alassa had a Sith lightsaber under her cloak, I'm not going to poke that hornet's nest.
She was a dark Jedi?
Seems so. But I'm not getting myself in any further with the Sith. I know how ruthless they are. Now, that's all I'm going to tell you. I'll testify it to the court, but you aren't going to get anything else out of me.
Carth. Carth. Please, Carth. Carth.
Chiki kun salkat, Jona mulira tong glupor kinba no kun nek lorcha.
I have questions about the murder of Alessa.
Glupor tong hit wanaji salkat agi inko tune, glupor mulira, chuna mulira, tong glupor kipa non kun nek sit abog.
Were you at the hotel?
Glupor yun tun chiwi ita, pola un jikne mulira glupor, kon muli slimo pui wanga kun viskin. Glupor kinpa nik chalora kun.
What did you see?
Glupor chi ita kanki chana kilikon. Glupor nibo jimata wipun nage, tong abag sun sham u glupor nimang.
Glupor.
Glupor tong hit wamaji salkat ag inkot tune, tong kinba no kun nikset abog.
What about Alessa's room?
Glupor picha ge borang turang. Glupor wangki yuma patmalyaw no wish. Glupor no unap
too.
kangpa, mulira kong in.
Did someone pay you to do something in that room, Glupor?
Kun mulira slimo poi wanga kun makachisa glupor. Tong abog sinchan glupor ni nong kili. Glupor chiwa aita kan kicha na selkat. Glupor nibo mulira glupo ni umsit. Glupor siya. Glupor pampa ki mulira kun kin. Glupor chachopa si chawa wish kun kun. Glupor bagra shak kan ticha yoman. Tong itselkat mama jiko na. Glupor ag inkotune. Glupor no mulira chuna mulira. Tong pa no kun no nek. Glupor chachopa. Glupor bagwa shank konti machid Glupor nada chawa yishun kun.
Time to get our last
You,
move.
Jedi. I hear you're investigating the Sunry murder trial, are you not? This case is not at all what it appears to be. Many currents, might I say, flow beneath the surface.
What do you mean?
This murder is much more complicated than it may first appear. Sunry and Elassa are proxies for their governments, and both sides want the other to fail. You can see the journey by the footprints. You understand, yes?
I think so, kinda. Oh wait, I've got to.
Huh? I'm saying they both had something to do with it. They've both kept their hands in this from the start. If you want to get to the bottom of this murder, you might seek information from both the Sith and the Republic, likely in their embassies.
They just give it to me?
No, of course not. You think state secrets are for sale on the common market? You would have to be devious to get what you want. Heed my advice, Jedi, and you may yet find the truths in this murder.
Welcome to Manan. I'm Roland Wan. As the official representative of the Republic Embassy on this planet, I'm here to help all citizens of the Republic should they require aid.
Why are your soldiers loading so much Kolto?
Kolto is a precious resource. Its healing powers are near miraculous. During times of war, Kolto becomes even more valuable. As long as we have the permits, we will continue to harvest Kolto and ship it to our Republic soldiers battling against the Sith. Of course, the Sith enjoy the very same privileges. If there was some way we could gain an edge over the Sith in our Kolto supply, but the Selkath are fiercely protective of their neutrality in this conflict. They do not want to grant either side an advantage.
I'm investigating the Sunry case.
I don't know much about the facts of the case, but I find it hard to believe. I never met Sunry, but he's a hero of the Republic, not a murderer. The so-called evidence against him is an obvious frame-up. It has to be. The Sith must have plotted Sunry's downfall to embarrass and discredit the Republic.
That's one possibility.
If you want to solve this mess, I would focus on the Sith. That or check out the murder scene at the hotel. Talk to the other guests. Maybe they know something. I regret I could not be of more assistance in your investigation. Is there anything else? A beautiful place, Sato City. A paradise on the water. But remember, within the city itself, the Selkath have absolute authority. They're a tough race, but fair. Obey the Selkath laws, keep the peace, and you should encounter no problems. I assume you received a visitor guide to the city when you docked your ship. I regret there is little I can tell you that's not in the visitor guide, my good Jedi. My duties rarely permit me to venture beyond the walls of the Republic Embassy.
I'm on a mission from the Jedi Council. Perhaps you can help me with it.
Oh, of course. Of course I'll do whatever I can. But I'm only a simple diplomatic representative of the Republic. I doubt I can be of any use to the Jedi Council.
I seek a star map, the remnant of an ancient and forgotten race.
An ancient and forgotten race. And you think it may be here on Manan?
You know something?
Well, perhaps. But if you want to get information about that, you'll have to do something for me first.
What do you want me to do?
We were using a submersible reconnaissance droid in the ocean surrounding Ahto City, and it was damaged. It took a data recording of the outside of the city before being driven off by the Foraxan sharks. But while it was returning to the surface, it encountered difficulties and was disabled. Its automatic systems floated it to the surface, but we could not retrieve it in time. The Sith were applying subtle pressure to the Selkath authorities for some reason we've not determined, and were able to delay us long enough that they could retrieve the droid before we did. The droid's data centers are heavily encrypted, so it will take the Sith several days, we believe, to get to its data. It was captured 12 hours ago. It is imperative that we get it back.
Where's the droid?
It's heavily guarded, we're sure, in the Sith embassy here on Manan. Since we have no remaining soldiers to spare, and certainly not our elite ones, we have no one capable of entering the Sith base and retrieving it. That is what we would ask you to do.
How do I get in the Sith base?
There are several leads we've been working on to get into the Sith base. Any of them should work for you, although it might be wise to concentrate your efforts on just one. The first method that's possible is to help us interrogate a Sith prisoner we managed to catch after he tried to infiltrate our base. He's being held just inside our enclave. We think he may be able to give us the passcode that the Sith give their informers to enter the base. He has proved most resilient so far.
Is there another way?
We managed to pick up a crate of blank Sith data cards, the type they use for passcards. The encryption system to unlock them is very difficult, however. But if you are more skilled than our technicians, you may be able to gain access that way.
Is there another way?
The Sith have got the Selkath to give them exclusive use of one of the main hangar bays. Visiting Sith Masters use this bay to land, then take a speeder over the water to an external entrance to the Sith Enclave. The luckless spy we mentioned earlier had a pass card to that hangar on him. While it is surely well guarded, it may prove to be the most direct route. Here's the card. The Sith base itself is very heavily guarded. If they became aware of your presence, I fear you would be quickly outnumbered and killed. Here is a pass card to get you inside our facility. You should find all you need to get started in there. You can choose whichever of the methods you want, as long as you get in the base and get the data recording back. Which method do you think you would like to try first?
I think I'll raid the landing bay.
You'll need luck for that one. Odds are they have some pretty strong guards in there, but it's also the way most likely to succeed. I wish you luck in your task. Should you retrieve the data recording from the droid, return it here to me, and we can see about getting you that information.
So you're the one who's gonna try to get into the Sith base, eh? Huh, good luck, you're gonna need it. This is our main computer room here. We got the box of pass cards we got from the Sith, but we haven't been able to break their encryption yet. We have been able to decode the numeric system they use, but there are holes in our terminal sequence patterns.
What do I have to do?
The encryption system is composed of 6 matrices. Each is based on a mathematical method. The holes we're missing are the final number in each of the strings. Most are simple, but the final 2 matrices seem to be much more difficult. The second last matrix has a pattern looping back on itself, or something. And the last is divided into smaller subparts. Maybe the pattern for that is within each part. But I have to admit, all this is a bit over my head. I haven't even been able to slice past the first matrix, and I've been at this for hours. I've ruined a dozen cards already. But the good thing is we have a whole box of them, so you don't have to worry about running out anytime soon. Since Roland said you were cleared, you can use the computer freely. I'll be here if you have any questions.
Okay, so this is where we get the data pad for the case. I do help. Downloading Sunry Incident Archive. The computer screen switches to a fisheye view from some sort of small... Beautiful woman enters the room, followed by a much older man. As she walks further into the room, he softly closes the door, pulls a blaster, and shoots her in the back. This must be some sort of secret recording of Sunry murdering a lesson. Okay, we got what we came for.
Got something on your mind, dude? What? You think because I'm a hermit, I've always been a hermit? Just because I haven't seen Sunry for 20 years doesn't mean he's not a friend. A man could have changed a lot in that span of time, though. But to become a murderer, I can't see it. That's not the Sunry I know. He was a good man. Put me up in his home for a year back after I left the Order. War hero, too. Or so I hear. I wouldn't mind helping the fellow if we can. I owe it to him. Or you can be a young monkey lizard and ignore me, I guess. Well, I don't expect much these days.
Hashtag monkey lizard. Alright, time to go tell them that we are ready. We might actually start to do that next week. Because I know it's going to take a little bit. I've also got to go to the bathroom, but we are so close to being done.
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in
I
Sunry's
thought of
trial.
turning him in, but it's
My
right
husband is innocent. Please don't let him go to jail for a crime he didn't commit.
Was Sunry having an affair?
Of course not. Yes.
Agreed.
Yes, he was having an affair. He was seeing that Sith woman. After all these years we've been together, he just struck me like that. Not publicly, oh no. But inside, that's what it feels like. He started seeing Alassa last year. I had my suspicions for a while, but he was careless. Pretty soon everyone knew. But even though I'm sure that harlot was only using him, I know he couldn't have killed her. He came and confessed to the affair to me. He said he was going there to break it off, to end it. Maybe the Sith woman attacked him, and he had to defend himself. But even though he cheated on me, inside he's still the man I loved. He's too kind and gentle to have killed her in cold blood.
He's a soldier, though.
That was a long time ago, in a war far, far away. He's changed now, settled down. Oh, just please, prove his innocence. This is all a plot to discredit the Republic.
It's possible. I haven't seen Sunry since I crashed on Kashyyyk. The man can change a lot in that time. The man I knew could never have done this crime, however.
Find the real evidence. That's... I hear you've been a...
I have this recording showing Sunry killing Alassa.
Lies! It must be! I knew the Sith would never let a Republic hero get away. You must find Sunry innocent. Listen, fine.
Joey! Soon, old friend. Oh, Go ahead. A Rodian? I didn't know there were any Rodians on Manaan. Oh, except for Tyvark and this one named Glupar who's hanging around the hotel all the time. Okay, so maybe there are a whole bunch of Rodians on Manaan. But what does that matter? If he planted evidence at the scene, it's a clear sign of a frame-up. He probably took all the evidence of the real killer at the same time. The evidence of a Sith conspiracy keeps getting stronger, doesn't it? I suspect there's still stuff you want to clear up. Go ahead.
I know you're guilty, Sunry. I got the Republic's data recording.
So the truth is out. I never meant to kill her, you know. When I found out she was a Sith spy using me to gain information, something inside me just snapped. She didn't know I had found out. So I waited until she fell asleep. And then I killed her. Simple, really. But once I realized what I'd done, I panicked. I contacted those spies from the Republic to help me. They found the illegal monitoring device that the Sith had planted in the room, altered its recording to hide my part in it, and cleared up the evidence. I figured that was the end of it.
But the Sith found out the truth, didn't they?
So they planted their...
Okay. You're guilty, Sunry. Confess.
You think I'm some kind of monster, don't you? All I did was kill a Sith. How many Sith have you killed? Dozens? Hundreds? Thousands? That's different, Sunry, and you know it. We don't kill them in cold blood while they sleep. I don't see how the two of us are any different. She was a spy. She was using me to get information so Malak's army could destroy the Republic. She deserved to die.
Killing your lover while she sleeps is murder, even if she is a Sith.
If I confess, I'm looking at 20 years in prison. And the Otto City officials might even place Kolto sanctions on the Republic Embassy. Without Kolto, how can we treat the injuries to our soldiers on the front lines?
These are just excuses, Henry. We both know you have to own up to your own crimes.
No, I can't do that. And put the Republic's supply of Kolto in danger. No, I won't. Now look, I may have done something stupid. And it may only be worse for my standing by it, but I will not confess. If you turn me in, the Republic will likely lose its Kolto export privileges, and then we'll lose the war for sure. Are you going to send all those thousands, millions like Taurus to their deaths just for your sense of justice? Sunry, this is wrong, and you know it. I am a Jedi. What is it that you expect me to do to defend your actions? You do whatever you have to, Jolie. I know what I did, but I also know what's at stake here. No, I'll rot in here if I have to. I won't betray the Republic. Do what you have to, but know what the consequences will be.
That's actually a good reason to prove his innocence. It is, though. Okay. Well, we can discuss it on Discord on whether we think we should find him innocent or not. For now, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping things up. I hope you all had a fun time. I know I, of course, always enjoy being with y'all. I've had real fun playing the sound alerts. Reminder that I will be live again tomorrow, same rabbit time, same rabbit channel. I had fun. For our next episode of the Rabbit Wrestling Federation. It was indeed a good time seeing the adventures of Jedi Rabbit, the J-Rabbit, and hearing the sounds. Yes, tomorrow will be RWF. Safe travels tonight, Amanda, and have a good night, you too. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get our commands underway. As always, we are sponsored by our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He has blessed us both, me and my wife, very greatly, and we want to make sure that we return his blessings by giving him all of the honor, glory, credit, and praise that he rightfully deserves. Thank you, T, of course. Also, a huge thank you to everybody that's joined me today. It means so much to me that you guys spend some of your busy day with me. Discord, we have one of those. And my hashtag wonderful wife will be posting a link soon into the chat. There it is. If you haven't joined our Discord and you'd like to, feel free to grab that link. And yeah, come join us. We've got chat rooms. We've got past wrestling results. We've got all kinds of stuff. And of course, the important announcements as well. Last but not least are ways that you can help support the stream if you would like to do so. Always keep in mind that nothing is ever required, but everything is very much appreciated. Feel free to look at chat, and if you would like to do something to help support, thank you very much. With that, I hope I will see all of you here tomorrow for our wrestling stream. Until then, I am JRabbit87, and I hope you all have a very good night.
Here comes J-Rabbit, let your spirit ignite, rising from his den cloaked in a Mario hat. Headed by gods will control her in hand. light. Your new favorite stream, it starts tonight.